That is an absolute banger of a fish right there. We've got a new koi. It's pure quality. Look at the ginrin on that.
That's beautiful.
Absolute amazing. There's no issues or problems with this koi whatsoever. It's not so much what the filtration looks like on the outside. I'm prepared to put it straight in my pond. From the old famous mountain tree, there's a pressure filter down there with a built-in UV. The 3D filter pad that I absolutely love. How well this is all turning out to be after a few months of running. Underneath this is where the magic really does happen. You can see how well this is maturing now. The chlorination, there's different ways of doing that. You can buy it liquid form, no issues with it whatsoever. And what I was thinking about doing, head shape's banging, decent body on it already, only being Tosai from Sakai. Right then, so we've got a new koi, but it is absolutely peeing down. So I got Jacob out. Put your hand on the bottom of the bag as well, mate. So grip the bottom of the bag. Straight into there, son. Perfect. So we got a new koi. And what we're going to do, because of the weather's so bad, we're going to get some clips, as much as we can get.
Yep.
And a little bit of a measure up. Get this koi into there. And a little bit of videoing of the fish as well. So if you want to undo the bag for us, son.
Yep.
Have you noticed as well that I'm stood inside the filter house and you're outside?
I got my coat on, mate, so no bother.
And undo that one as well. Right then, let's have a look at this beast. Check that out for a banger.
Oh.
That is an absolute banger of a fish right there. One of a kind. Very, very rare that you see a ginrin kajaku. And the scalation on this fish is next level. Sakai, Tosai, and we're going to give a little bit of a measure up to see what she's saying. By the looks of that, 35 cm, but easy 35 cm. I'm going to do a little measure up. You're going to get it on film for me?
Yep, we'll do.
Thirty-six cm, and that is pure quality. Look at the ginrin on that.
That's beautiful.
Absolute amazing quality fish. So done all of the normal acclimation. I'm not even going to bother PPing it. I'm going straight in the pond, and if I get any problems or issues, I'll sort it out down the line. But I know full well the place I got it from, Daryl at Koiheavenuk. I mean, I've seen the fish going around. He scrapes his fish constantly. There's no issues or problems with this koi whatsoever. I'm prepared to put it straight in my pond. And I know a lot of people know that we've got a competition in this pond at the moment, but this was given to us as a gift from Daryl the weekend. Well made up for it. It was given to me and Mrs. Whisperer. So this fish is not involved in the competition. It's just a bit of a project fish for us to grow on and see what we can do with it over the next sort of 12 months. And chuck it in the grow on. But yeah, happy days. So let's get it in. I could pick this fish up quite easily, but all I'm going to do, just going to sock net it in, make it nice and easy, less stress for the fish. Beautiful. There you are, into your new home. So the weather yesterday was absolutely atrocious, and I apologise about the video footage, but I wanted to kickstart it off this morning just before I head down to Southwest Koi, because I'm going there for a few days. Got a little bit of work on, a little bit of helping out, and to be fair, I just wanted to show you a little bit more about this koi that we just put in. So there she is in all of her glory, settled in, absolutely champion at the moment. I'll try and get you a better shot, but well impressed with it. As I said yesterday, this fish is not in the competition that me and Mrs. Whisperer's got going on, because it was donated to us by Koiheavenuk as a little bit of a gift really, and it's just going to be interesting to see what happens over the next sort of 6 to 12 months, what size we can put on the fish, what body we can put on the fish. It's absolutely stunning. I'm just going to put this cover back on. You can see through the window, the gin rin on it looks absolutely incredible. And Darrow at Koiheavenuk knows that kajakus are our favourite. And to be honest with you, I've never seen a gin rin kajaku, and the quality of it really is next level. I like the 2-step pattern on it. Head shape's banging. Decent body on it already, only being Tosai from Sakai. Absolutely incredible piece right there. All of the koi in this pond are really nice looking and turning out to be fantastic. So that being said, the event that we recently just went to, the koi harvest, what an incredible day that was. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it up there, because got the old chest waders on, got stuck right in, and I had an absolute fantastic day. And I think everyone that attended that day, they had a fantastic day as well. And I think what a lot of people said, because it was so different to the normal, everywhere you go there's koi shows, there's koi auctions, but the opportunity and the experience of getting inside of the pond itself, the mud pond, scooping out the fish that nobody knew what they were going to be. Wind out here today's absolutely crap, not gonna lie. So I wanted to take you inside. I've got a few things to talk about. So while I was at the show, I very kindly got donated a couple of these bad boys. He has got a YouTube channel, Scrag68. I will leave a link below, because if anyone else is interested of something like this, and if anyone thinking to themselves, what is it? What's it gonna be for? Well, Craig's got a mate in the know that's got a 3D printer. We don't have to use one of these Blue Lab Guardians, but there's a lot of koi keepers out there that do. What you got to do, you've always got to put the probe on the inside of your box. Always, they fall off the clips, they're floating around. And what this is a cracking little idea to put both the probes in. Has got my own little unique YouTube name on the top, which is an extra touch to it. Basically what they do, they just sit on the side of the box, literally put your probes and everything straight onto them. Might have to add a suction pad to the bottom of it just to keep it pinned down, or a bit of CT1 just to keep it where you want it to be. A little home for it to live. So I'm going to get this on now, and yeah, well made up with it. And I ain't going to lie, that does work the absolute hammer. And you don't need to add any CT1 to it. The weight of it just sits in place. In effect, this is a spare one for the other pond that I've got. I love little things like this. Cracking idea, and thank you very much, mate. Looks like I need to add a little bit of KH as well, because I'm going away for a few days, and yeah, just one of them jobs. So I'm going to bung some of this into the pond now. Because the weather's shocking out there today, there's a few jobs that I need to get done. Add some beneficial bacteria. I need to add some KH, because a lot of you know I live in a soft water area, so I need to add a little bit of KH buffer as well. But even though in my son's pond that he maintains and does a regular sort of top up water changes, there's a few jobs that he does struggle to do. Part of the reason having the shower filter on the back, he's not quite tall enough to reach the very back of it. So I give him a little bit of an helping hand, but we got a little bit of a deal on. So from the old famous Mountain Tree, the 3D filter pad that I absolutely love. This is in stock now in the UK, and you can purchase it from selective koi sales. But what this is, it's washable, reusable, and it is absolutely next level. So a lot of people that use filter floss in shower filters or in any sort of mechanical filtration, it really is next level. So before I show you how dirty and mucky this is just after a week, clarity of this water at the moment is not brilliant because I've just disturbed it. But basically, there's a pressure filter that's underneath here. So as you can see, there's a pressure filter down there with a built-in UV. This pressure filter is supposed to be designed for ponds up to 1500 gallon. I really don't recommend what they say on the tin, because they are really not man enough for any sort of filtration on their own. We actually built a DIY shower filter for this pond, for my boys' grow on pond. Without this shower filter, this water, not the clarity, but the quality of the water would be nowhere near as good as what it is without us adding this shower filter to the existing pressure filter that's there. And anyone can do something like this to upgrade their pond, as simple as building a couple of plant pots and then just adding some decent mechanical filtration in the top, and then underneath that some decent biofiltration. So I just wanted to show you how well this is all turning out to be after a few months of running, and I believe it's been running now for the past sort of 2 months, 3 months now. Underneath this is where the magic really does happen. You can see how well this is maturing now. And one thing I wanted to state real quickly, I just wanted to grab one of these pieces out a minute, because there's been a lot of talk on the internet at the moment that this media, once it's been up and running for a few months, it sort of crumbles and falls apart. Well, this generation, the new generation, there's no issues with it whatsoever, apart from being absolute brilliant. Whatever filtration that you use, it doesn't matter where you put this, what sort of box that you put it in. If you're going to spend any money on filtration, this is what you want to be spending your money on. Something to make your beneficial bacteria have a home to live. And I really highly recommend this stuff. I think it's great. I just wanted to show you that real quickly, because any filtration, you need 2 types of filtration. You need mechanical filtration, brilliant using the 3D filter pad. And because this is washable, what we've been doing is I've just been taking it out, leaving it. When my son gets home from school, he'll give this one a bit of a wash. And we've come up with an idea or a plan that I can just put a new piece in place, get it out for him, and then he can get his hands dirty and give it a bit of a clean as well. I just wanted to show you how good it's all maturing at the moment. Super happy with it. But one thing I did want to add, that these lotus root bacteria house, there is nothing wrong with them, no issues with it whatsoever. And what I was thinking about doing was, in a video later down the line, I've actually got some of the bigger stuff, which is this down here. I'm actually going to be showing you that in this shower filter that's been in there for 3 years, but the weather's not brilliant today. It's a replica of this, but just in a bigger form. But I need to get all of this put back together, get this filter pad back in, and my boy can clean that later on. So yeah, I just wanted to add a few things to that video clip. I'm not telling everyone that if you've got a pressure filter that you have to add Mountain Tree products to make your pond better. But what I am saying is that the improvement that you will see from it, anyone can build a filter like this on any pond, no matter if it's a big pond, a small pond. You can even add 2 or 3 of these. All you've got to do is tee off that water, wherever you're normally returning your water to, tee that water off with a ball valve, restrict the flow going to where it normally goes, and send that water somewhere else. Build yourself a little DIY filter like this. I mean, this whole setup only cost me 30 quid. Just normal plant pots, but you don't even have to use plant pots. As long as it's a piece of equipment that can house water for water to trickle down through. Add some filter floss up the top, and you will be super amazed of how much bypasses your existing filtration. Generally, most people have a pressure filter or an Easy Pod or a Nexus, especially stuff that we use in the UK. But if you tee that water off somewhere else, run it through some more biological filtering, overall, you're just going to get better water quality for your fish to live in. It's not always about the clarity of the water, it's about the quality of the water. And I speak to so many koi keepers that don't even have a water test, they don't use any dechlorination, they just add chlorine to the water. And I'm really passionate about that. I mean, the reason why chlorine's in water that we drink is so that it's healthy for us to drink. So there's no bad bacteria or good bacteria in it. The chlorine kills everything. So if you think about this, that you add chlorine to your pond without taking chlorine out of your water that you're adding to the pond, well, when you put that into your pond, what does that do? It just kills all of your beneficial bacteria, and it kills the bad bacteria as well. The idea of us keeping koi, or keeping fish, any sort of fish whatsoever, is to build up biological bacteria in a filter, so then that keeps the water healthy itself, because it's not the sponges that keep the water healthy. Sponges only remove mechanical filtration, which is the fish waste or debris. It doesn't actually biologically clean the water, and that's what you need with the lotus root media or any sort of ceramic media. But what I'm getting at is that you will be completely surprised if you add any existing filtration to your current filtration, how much benefit that it will give you, how much happier your fish will be just by adding a few extra items. It's not so much what the filtration looks like on the outside, it's what it looks like in the inside, because that's where the magic happens. And depending what system that you've got, that there only needs the small bacteria house. And on bigger ponds, you can buy the stuff like what I've got down there that is designed for bigger ponds, so then it can house bigger fish. And you can even build another pond and you can have the same sort of system, a shower filter, but what matters is not the box that it's in, it's what's inside of the box. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up because I can talk about the products for ages, the benefits that it can give you on certain situations on using it correctly. But you can buy yourself the Mountain Tree Media, the Lotus Root in small and large. You can buy it from Selective Koi Sales in the UK. And if anyone's got a koi dealer that deals with Selective Koi Sales, they've got an account, they can get hold of all of the products that I've just been talking about, the 3D filter pad, the Lotus Root Media, the spiral filter mat. Every one of those products that you've seen me use in this video, you can get, and you can upgrade your filtration by building yourself a DIY filter box and buying yourself some decent media to go inside of that filter box to improve your water quality long term. Because the only reason why that water is so clear is because of what's in the shower filters that's keeping it so clear and healthy. Because without beneficial bacteria, the water itself is not healthy for fish to live in. There's a few other things that you have to add, like dechlorination. There's different ways of doing that. You can buy it liquid form, or you can run it through a dechlorinated system like what I've got on the back over there. Difference and benefits of taking chlorine out of your pond before you put it in there is massive. And if you're not doing it, definitely look about doing it or thinking about doing it. I'm not saying that you have to do it, but if you think about this, like I was saying a minute ago, chlorine is in our tap water because it makes it healthy for us to drink, but it's not healthy for fish. And I'm really passionate about that at the moment, because the amount of people that tell me that they add chlorine to the pond straight from the tap, as soon as you put that into any sort of pond, you've got any filtration whatsoever, that chlorine will long term will just constantly keep knocking back your filtration. And it doesn't matter what you're using as filtration, it will just keep knocking it back. But I can't say everything in one video, and it's hard to explain everything in one video. So that's enough yibbity yabbada in this one. But if you are interested in doing what I do, it definitely works. Proof's in the pudding. If I don't see you in a week, I'll see you through a window. Thanks for watching this video. Bosh.